Nancy Pelosi is known as the Whale of Washington, but Marjorie Taylor Greene might be giving her a run for her money. Here to talk about her most recent purchases that are raising some eyebrows is MarketBeat analyst Chris Markoch. Chris, this has been a pretty big headline over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so Forbes broke a story that showed that Marjorie Taylor Greene made a significant purchase of Tesla shares after her being appointed to the DOGE Committee for this term in Congress. The purchase was made on January 7th and it was filled on January 27th. And the dollar amount was somewhere between $1,000 and $1 and $15,000. So we don't know exactly how many shares she purchased, but it was in that dollar amount.
And according to the current rules, she had a full 45 days to disclose this information. So we didn't get to know about these until just recently, but it's also not the first time she's purchased Tesla stock.
She's got a fairly significant history of purchasing Tesla. I was just looking back through 2024, and there's like 3 other occurrences in 2024 where she purchased Tesla stock.
Yeah, not a small amount either. In
Right.
the thousands of dollars is a pretty big purchase, but it wasn't the best purchase for her either, especially that latest one in January.
Right. I think the ones that she made in 2024 were a lot better of a bet when you look at the Tesla stock chart. Tesla's down about 10% for the year. So maybe Tesla's part of a longer term trading strategy for her, but it would certainly seem that she was purchasing a lot of Tesla stock in 2024. And that may have certainly been because of the proximity that Elon Musk had with Donald Trump.
Let's talk a little bit about that Elon Musk factor. I think
Yeah.
that's a part of the reason why so many investors are kind of raising eyebrows about this January purchase after she got onto that DOGE committee.
The DOGE Committee is full of intrigue for a lot of people. A lot of people are presuming that Elon Musk is going to find a way to profit from the cuts that he's making in the government, and somehow himself personally or the companies in which he owns and does business with are going to benefit from that. If you look at the Tesla stock chart, that doesn't necessarily seem to be the case. In fact, there's a lot of questions among Tesla shareholders about who's minding the store at Tesla while Elon's off doing Doge. So I'm not sure if there's a one-to-one connection there, but it gets into this whole insider trading business.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are one of those people who's following Elon Musk's moves, check out our latest free premium report. It's on Elon Musk's next move. He is such a market mover with all of his companies. You can scan the QR code or click the link in the description of this video to get that free report on marketbeat.com. And Chris, I think that this is hitting the nail on the head. You get such a triggering event for a lot of people
Yeah.
politically, and then they just get upset about congressional trading overall. This is an issue that is such a hot button issue for many investors. Why is that?
It's really hard to separate the idea that you've got congressional leaders who are sitting on specific committees who obviously are going to have access to information that the public doesn't have, and then they're making trades on stocks. And that's the classic definition of insider trading.
Yeah, it's the biggest form of legal insider trading because again,
Exactly.
it is all legal right now. And nobody does it better than Nancy Pelosi. And we talk about her in congressional trading all the time. But
Right.
how does Marjorie Taylor Greene compare to Pelosi's trading record?
So this is interesting, and I think we have to put it into context where Marjorie Taylor Greene's been in Congress for about 4 years. I think this is her 5th year she's going into. And Nancy Pelosi's been in Congress for a lot longer than that. But over that time, the dollar amount that Nancy Pelosi has traded dwarfs what Marjorie Taylor Greene has done so far. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene's traded about 2.61 million in trading volume. Pelosi's up to 157.39 million. So certainly, I don't think the Queen's going to give up her crown anytime soon. And certainly, if you're an investor and you're looking to follow a congressional insider, you could probably do a lot worse than following the trades that Nancy Pelosi is making.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi has such a huge following of
She
investors who
does.
follow all of her trades out there. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is gaining a little bit of a following just because of the number of trades that she's
Yeah.
making in a short amount of time.
The last data that we have in MarketBeat shows several trades that were made on February 12th. And there's a lot of tech names in there, as you would expect. I see Microsoft, I see Apple, I see Meta, I see Palantir. There's Intel in there, which is kind of a little bit confusing because I'm not necessarily sure about that one. But she's also got UPS in there, which is a very interesting company and one that a lot of investors have been thinking might be a good buy the dip candidate for 2025. And of course, she's got a couple of energy names in there as well. So She seems to be casting a wide net, but yes, she's a very active trader.
Yeah, I think those stats are interesting to compare to Pelosi's. While Pelosi is really big on the dollar value and making some really big bets, Marjorie Taylor Greene has a higher volume. Talk about those numbers a little bit.
In her short time in Congress, she's already executed like 283 trades. Now, that's interesting because, again, in Pelosi's her entire tenure, she's executed 159 trades. And that just tells you, though, when you look at the dollar amounts that Pelosi's trading, as you said, she's making big bets and she's generally been very accurate with those bets.
Yeah, we'll see if this Tesla investment turns into a big one for MGT or not. Thank you so much for your time today and sharing some great information about MGT's latest trades. If you missed out on our most recent Pelosi video, check that one out too if you want to follow more of what Pelosi is trading. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and as always, happy investing.